Just last week, I headed to the United States of America to America's golf clearance outlets, and I spent $299 on a limited edition TaylorMade driver. Now, this isn't a new TaylorMade driver. You may have seen it in the past. It's the very first R7 driver, pre-R7 quad. We actually have three-way movable weights in here. We have a really heavy 16-gram weight, which at the moment is positioned at the back. We can, of course, put that on the heel. We can put it in the toe. We can play around with the ball flights and play around with the center of gravity. Now, I actually didn't pay $299. I'll be totally honest. The guy did us a bit of a deal. So I'll be honest. He's got some more left though, and he's painted these himself to kind of spice up with the American colors. So fair play to him here. But if this is up at $299, it's a TaylorMade driver from 15 years ago? 20 years ago? It could well be an old one, but we're going to see how well it performs today out here at Lindrick Golf Course. We're of course using the full swing kit monitor, so we'll see just how good that is. And we're going to have a play around with these weights as well and just see exactly how much difference that can make out here on the golf course. Because aerodynamically, I think this driver could be before its time, you could say. So looking at the aerodynamics, and is that basically an inertia generator, Bob? Before they coined the phrase inertia generator. We're going to find that out today. So we actually bought 3 drivers, so we'll kind of tick these off as the weeks progress, but I did get some really good deals on them, and if you want to see all of them, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. We're looking over there because there's a lady following us with a really big dog, and she's been following us for a few holes though, hasn't she? I mean, I like dogs, but... Right, so we don't have an adjustable neck, but we do have the adjustable weighting. What's a good distance for this? I was going to say 270 total, yeah. Right, it's a nice small head, similar to the R9 head shape actually. That has come off like an absolute rocket. I anticipated it to have more side spin than it had. 240 total. The club head speed's really good. Club head speed's as high as we've had today. Ball speed's in the 150s. 269. 3,000 spin, so we're going to work on that to try and get that down. But as first hits go, it felt like it was a touch heeler. You can see where the tees just come off the face there.
Such a cool drive.
It's a really good looking drive, isn't it? I don't think it needed the paint, but he's done that for the shelf appeal, hasn't he? So can we get it? Because if I get the swing path on the way up and get the spin down, we're getting good club head speed with this. It does feel like a long shaft. Bob, look at that. That's a draw. That's a draw. That's honestly, that's the best drive I've hit in a long time. The spin's down in the 2000s, the ball speed's up towards the 160s, and it's gone 278. I think I paid like I paid just over £300 for 3 drivers. He did me a deal because I was buying in bulk, but you're always going to get a better deal. I honestly think, you know, sometimes how technology can kind of come and go. I think technology here may well revisit something like this in the not too near future. We of course saw the R7 mini driver, which was the quad version with the different weightings. That made way for TaylorMade to reintroduce a quad weighting in the new QI 4D. What do you think, Bob? Are we going full Mystic Meg here or what? We've gone there, right. That's given me the confidence to hit a big high draw, by the way, which I've done it again. This has gone far better than I anticipated. The ball speed was low because it was out the toe, but the spin's down as well. It's going to be 288. Right, so the address for America's Golf Outlets is, but that, I'm really impressed by that so far, are you? Still there with dog, still there. Okay, so it's been a very long time since I've said this phrase in any form of product testing whatsoever. But that's 3 for 3 by fairways, isn't it? That's really impressive. Distance-wise, it's certainly up there with where the full swing said it was going to be. That was the best one we hit. The big thing that I'm really enjoying about this is the ball flight. And if I have a look at the shape of the head, we didn't get any head covers from the clearance outlet. So it did give us bubble wrap though, because you knew we were flying home. The shape of it actually looks more like the R9. Remember the R9 that came after the R7? Yeah. It was more like the peninsula at the back, that kind of thing. So maybe that's where that weight is, because it's so far back, that's why. Could you say it's forgiving, or if I just put some good swings on it there? See, my next move was going to be to put this heavy weight in the heel to slow the heel down and try and get more draw bias. But I've just hit 3 absolutely fantastic draws with that. We're going to go to the tightest tee shot on this golf course, see if we can recreate this, and also see if this could be the best value TaylorMade driver I've ever purchased. Would anybody like to see us put a graphite design shaft in this? ADDI7, anyone? You read my mind. Oh, you're joking me. Right, I think we're safe now, Bob. I can still see them. It's a big dog, Alsatian. Just let it walk all over the greens in the bunkers, so I don't know. I don't know, maybe it's me, Bob. I don't know why I keep putting that back on it, but what, you know, like if they re-released this, bear in mind the R7 is now a current range again.
It's so cool.
R7 Tri, you'd call it. I mean, it's 8.5 degrees, this. It doesn't have an adjustable neck. But you saw how easy it's been to launch. It's actually a TaylorMade grip, so he's not re-gripped it. I mean, it's brand new. It's just an older drive, isn't it? Fujikura Pro 6S shaft. Are we going more for distance here or just trying to hit that fairway? I feel like the wind has to be into. So we'll try and launch it down a touch. We'll look at the numbers, but the ball flight's going to be the big tell here. That's outrageous. It's not going to carry very far, but that wasn't really what I was trying to do. It's actually done okay as well. So we've carried 240, the club head speed again 110, 156 ball, 36 spin, 273, but it's straight down the neck of this fairway. And as I mentioned, this is the hardest fairway to hit. A lot of people hit 3-wood on here because it bottlenecks so much. Same flight, Bob, or a bit higher? It's a lot of fun, this. That's slightly left, so that might be in the chasm. 2-3 spin, 262 again. And again, we are into the wind, so I'm potentially thinking that this could be a detriment to us with this. Do you know why it's got that red label on?
Stiff.
Yeah. Blue was reg, red was stiff. Try for a normal flighted one now. 8.5 degree. That's as good as I've got. That is as good as I've got. And it feels like a proper club as well. Do you know how far that's gone, Bob? How far do you think?
275.
277.
Oh.
3,000 spin again. The club head speed's really good. Club head speed, I don't know if it's because of the aerodynamics or even the shaft. I'll do some more digging into this. Now, I did say about changing the weights around to see if it could enhance our ball flight. I've also said that the ball flight's been very good, but do you think it could enhance it anyway?
It can.
It can. Okay, so the first shot we hit, you can see, is a little bit shorter than the other two, but the other two down there towards that bottleneck of fairway, like I said. Really good, solid shots. And what this tells me about this driver as well is I don't have to necessarily flight it down to get the distance into the wind, because both those two shots were a little bit higher than one another. So it actually got to be a normal flight for the third shot of the 3. So realistically, it's still doing well. Even if the spin is a touch high, with that 8.5 degrees, I'm finding that quite easy to launch. A lot more easy to launch than a modern day 8.5 degree driver potentially. Is that down to the tolerances of an older driver maybe being a bit more? Is this 8.5 closer to 9.5? Or is it just because, Bob, it's 6 in a row. They don't make them like they used to. Because as golfers, Bob, we all know that we always want what? Free stuff. No, Bob, that's just you in general. We all want better. We all want to improve. So, just because we've hit good shots, and to be honest, for the price, quite ridiculous shots, I am going to move this weight around, but then we are also going to look at getting someone to reshaft this. It's not as easy as potentially it could be because obviously it doesn't have an adjustable shaft, so it's going to be a case of actually gluing it in. So it's finding a shaft that's gluable, essentially. But we've got the 16 gram weight, which is now in my pocket. And we want to go in the heel, don't we? To slow the heel down. And this will feel proper different. But these are proper old school weights as well, aren't they? Back in the day. I remember I got the R7 in Orlando, funnily enough, actually. Because it was like, back in the day, stuff was cheaper to go and buy in Florida. And I got it in my mum and dad's house in Orlando at Providence, where we filmed last week. And I screwed the head, thinking the head would slide up and move round, and the head obviously comes fully off, or came fully off. And it was the first driver to do that, and the head just smashed on the kitchen floor. Brand new, never been hit. I was like, but Anyway, right, so they're good memories. Weight in the heel. You can see how different that is now looking. It's going to feel totally different. Really, we're looking at ball flight change here more than anything. Maybe distance, but maybe just ball flight. That stayed out to the right, that one. It sounded good, it felt solid. It is the first fairway miss, which isn't ideal. Spins dropped, 1.7 spin out of the toe. Ball speed dropped quite dramatically. It's 2.79 though. Your knee all right there, Bob?
No.
What, did it crack then? Are you okay? Are we gonna have to call it a day? Let's try another one. Nah, that's really bad. So what's happened is that's like bounding down the left side of the fairway, so it's still not the end of the world. It's very similar numbers to that last shot. It's going to be a 2.70-ish carry total. But having moved that weight around, I think we've lost the centreness of strike, haven't we? It's quite obvious that we're like the red arrows now. So for me, having exactly like you, Bob, for me having that weight back was much better. But this is where we hit the shot of the day. And I just can't get my head around how good this club's been for the price. Guys, could you see yourself heading to America's golf outlets, buying a driver like this and hitting drives which are well and truly up there with some of the best and most expensive clubs you could buy in 2026? Are they just going to bring it out? Bring it out. Bring it out.